If you're tired of it taking 30 minutes or even longer to bring a woman to climax, or you struggle to make her finish, even when you're both trying really hard, this video is going to change everything. In just a few minutes, you'll discover 5 bedroom secrets that not only drive a woman wild with pleasure, but also help her finish faster and harder, sometimes in half the time it usually takes, or even in just a couple of minutes. The best part, you can use these techniques as soon as tonight and watch your partner experience intense pleasure right in front of you. So if that sounds good, pay close attention because what I'm about to share changes the game completely. I'm Mendoza, and make sure you watch until the very end because secret number 5 is about a simple angle adjustment that 97% of women say makes them finish 3 times faster and harder. And most men have no idea this even exists. If you want to become the kind of lover she can't stop thinking about, make sure you're subscribed because what we're covering today isn't taught anywhere else. All right, let's get started with secret number 1. Use a vibrator strategically. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I don't need a vibrator. I can do this myself. And look, I'm not saying you can't satisfy her with your mouth, your hands, or penetration. You absolutely can. But here's the reality. There's only so much the human body can do. And if you're ever in a situation where it's taking too long and you want to speed things up and practically guarantee she finishes, a vibrator is a tool you need to consider. Remember, about 75 to 80% of women need clitoral stimulation to reach climax. It's by far the fastest and most reliable route for most women. And no matter how good you are with your tongue or your fingers, a vibrator can speed things up in a way no human can. It's literally built for the job. But here's where it gets really interesting. When it comes to female orgasms, it's only the first one that takes the longest. Once she's had that first climax, she's in this highly sensitive state. At this point, if you switch to oral manual stimulation or penetration, it's much easier to make her climax again. Not just once, but potentially multiple times. And it happens much faster too, sometimes in just a couple of minutes. So a vibrator becomes a speed booster. It gets her to that first climax quickly, and then you can take over and bring her to multiple peaks without much additional effort. That's why it's such a valuable tool to have in your arsenal. Now, secret number 2, lead the way. For a woman to fully enjoy intimacy and reach climax, she has to completely let go. She has to forget about everything else, check all her worries and concerns at the door, and just experience the pleasure of the moment. When she's in this state, she can reach climax way faster. But here's the key. Women can only relax and let go if you're the one leading things forward. Leadership is one of the most attractive qualities you can bring to the bedroom. When a woman sees a man take charge confidently, it's incredibly arousing. But what does leadership in the bedroom actually mean? It's simple. It means you know what you want. You have an idea of how things should proceed, and you're the one guiding the interaction forward. Let's say you're in the bedroom, and you start by kissing her deeply, then moving to her neck. After a few moments, you pull back, look into her eyes, and kiss her again. Then you run your hands along her body, giving gentle touches and squeezes. Then maybe you remove her top or tell her to take it off. See what's happening? You're leading the journey. You have a plan for how things should go, and you're executing it without hesitation. You're directing the flow of events, and she doesn't have to think about anything. She doesn't have to make decisions. You've made them for her. She can just experience the pleasure you're creating. This needs to continue as things get more intense. You want to go down on her, put her on the bed, part her legs, and do it. You want to spend time on other parts of her body? Do it. When it comes to positions, tell her what you want and help her get into those positions. Now, this isn't about being demanding or ignoring what she wants. It's about taking the lead while being open to her responses. The most important thing with leadership is eliminating any hesitant, uncertain behavior. When you want to do something, you go for it without second guessing. You fully commit. So, if you want to try a different position, don't ask timidly. Turn her around and position her or tell her confidently what you want. If she doesn't want to do something, she'll tell you. but you lead. You're the director of this experience. Show her that you've made a decision and you're going for it. Just don't give her the burden of making decisions in the bedroom. If you can follow that one rule, you'll make it much easier for her to climax as fast as she's capable of. Secret number 3, praise and feedback. Praise is an incredibly powerful tool for helping a woman finish faster, and there are 2 main reasons why. First, during intimacy, most women have a lot of insecure thoughts running through their minds. Do I look good right now? Is he really turned on? Are my breasts too small? Does he feel good? The list goes on. Contrary to what most men imagine, a woman isn't there judging how well you're performing. 9 out of 10 times, no matter how beautiful and confident she is, she's in her own head feeling unsure and worrying about what you're thinking of her. This means she's in a state where she cannot fully relax and enjoy the moment. She's too caught up in her head. But when you praise and appreciate her, you start to melt all of that away. The insecurities fade and she gets back in the moment with you. So when you say things like, "You look so incredible right now," or "It feels amazing to be inside you," or "You smell so good," or "Your skin feels so soft," any sort of positive feedback helps her switch off her insecure mind and experience pleasure fully, and that makes it easier for her to reach climax. But there's a second reason why praise works so well. Female arousal is deeply tied to feeling wanted and desired. What turns women on most is the feeling of being craved. We spend so much of our lives taking care of other people's needs that when we're in the bedroom, we want to let loose and feel like we're the center of attention. We want to feel like you want us, crave us, desire us more than anything. We want to feel like you're consumed by powerful attraction to us, and we want you to show it. Praise and positive feedback is the simplest way to do that, and therefore one of the simplest ways to get a woman incredibly aroused, making it easier for her to finish. Secret number 4, make eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful pleasure booster for women. Locking eyes with her as you're touching her body makes her feel a sense of connection, intimacy, and intensity. It shows her that you're fully present with her, that you're taken by her, and that feeling makes the whole experience more electric. Most guys look at the woman they're with during intimacy, but they don't usually gaze into her eyes and have that moment of deep connection. That's why this is such an underutilized technique. It's hard for men to realize how incredibly powerful eye contact can be. But trust me, women crave this. If you combine eye contact with some of the other techniques in this video, for example, if you look deeply into her eyes and say, "You look so beautiful right now," or "It feels so good to be with you," it's going to send waves of pleasure through her entire body. In fact, sometimes even just pausing to look deeply into her eyes can send shivers down her spine. For instance, if you're kissing her and then you pull back for a second just to look at her, that is incredibly arousing. So, please try this. Don't just look at her. Lock eyes with her from time to time, and you will instantly amplify the pleasure she's feeling in that moment. Now, if you want to take your oral skills to the next level, I put together a free guide called 10 Oral Mistakes Most Men Make. This guide breaks down the 10 most common mistakes men make during oral that kill her pleasure before it even builds. And more importantly, it shows you exactly what to do instead. Inside, you'll discover the mistakes that sabotage her arousal, the techniques that actually work, and how to read her body's signals so she reaches climax faster and more intensely. This is practical, science-backed advice that transforms you from average to absolutely unforgettable, and it's completely free. You'll find it linked in the description below. And now, secret number 5, the angle technique that changes everything. This is the secret that 97% of women say makes them finish not just faster, but 3 times harder. And it's so simple that most men completely overlook it. Here's what most men get wrong. They approach oral intimacy from a straight-on position, thinking that direct contact is all that matters. But here's the problem. The clitoris isn't just that small external button you can see. It's actually a large internal structure with legs that extend down along the vaginal walls. When you approach from the wrong angle, you're only stimulating the tip. But when you adjust your angle, tilting your head slightly upward so your tongue makes contact at roughly a 45-degree angle instead of straight on, you're stimulating the entire clitoral complex. That's the difference between surface-level sensation and full-body pleasure that builds to intense climax. Think of it like this. If you're trying to maximize contact and pressure, angle matters. The right angle creates more stimulation across nerve endings she didn't even know she had. This one adjustment can cut her time to climax in half and make the experience 3 times more intense. So instead of approaching head-on, tilt upwards slightly. Adjust your position so your tongue isn't just making surface contact, but is reaching that fuller clitoral structure. Pay attention to how she responds when you change your angle. You'll notice the difference immediately. And here's the beauty of this technique. It works even better when you combine it with the other 4 secrets. Use the angle technique while leading confidently, praising her genuinely, and making eye contact. That combination is absolutely unstoppable. Here's the bottom line. Helping a woman finish faster and with more intensity isn't about being aggressive or following some rigid formula. It's about using strategic tools like vibrators, leading with confidence, praising her genuinely, making deep eye contact, and using the right angle to maximize stimulation. Try these 5 secrets the next time you're intimate and pay attention to how she responds. Notice the difference when you lead confidently, when you praise her, when you look into her eyes, and especially when you adjust your angle. That's when everything changes. If this gave you strategies you've never heard before, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and tell me which secret surprised you most. I read every single one. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking care of.